guys, how's it going? Oh my god, cringe. Okay, so that was my bass cover of Debaser by the Pixies. Finally, I've gotten around to doing a Pixies cover. Yay! To be honest, I have no idea why it's taken me so long to do a cover of the Pixies, because they are a band that I really like. I think they are super cool. I've only got 2 of their albums, unfortunately, Surfer Rosa and Doolittle, so I can't really claim to be like a massive fan or anything, but what I have heard, I do really like, so yeah. Yeah, the Pixies, they're just super cool, man. They're one of those bands that's like super original, super influential, and I really like their sound. I've been trying to remember the first time that I actually ever heard the Pixies, and I think it might have been the closing scene to Fight Club back in '99 or 2000 or whenever it was. So I was, 11 or 12? Yeah, something like that, something along those lines. Yeah, for the closing scene of Fight Club, it played Where Is My Mind by the Pixies, and I actually remember thinking at the time that it was Radiohead, which is super cringe, because there are some similarities between the 2 bands, but not really, do you know what I mean? Yeah, also there's a video floating around on YouTube of Where Is My Mind featuring footage from Trainspotting, and I don't think Trainspotting actually had Where Is My Mind by the Pixies like within the soundtrack, so I'm not sure if it's an official release or not, but either way it's got like 86 million views or something, so I don't know. Anyway, back to Debaser. The song itself is from the album Doolittle. I definitely recommend listening to it if you're not familiar with it. It's definitely a good introduction to the Pixies for those who aren't initiated, I suppose. The song itself, the bass lines at least, are super simple. There's nothing really all that technical going on. We're in standard tuning and the song is in the key of F, so yeah, there's not really an awful lot to say about it. It's just simple bass lines playing along to a song that is super fun to play along to. This is definitely one of my favourite Pixies songs, I think, along with Wave of Mutilation, Here Comes Your Man, which is a song the band didn't like very much, but I actually really like it, and Monkey Gone to Heaven as well, that's a cool song. They're all very catchy songs, you know, within the Pixies sort of back catalogue, but I do really like them, and you know, they are songs that I would like to do in the future if you guys are interested, of course. Lyrically, the song kind of references a surrealist short film by Salvador Dali and Luis Buñuel, not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But yeah, the film itself is called An Andalusian Dog, but in French, whatever the French for that is. Yeah, and you know, within the footage it has like someone slicing an eyeball, and you know, within the song it's like Chien Andalusia. So yeah, there is definitely sort of like correlations there. It was actually a Spanish friend of mine that told me about that. I had no idea, to be honest. You know, someone I used to work with a long time ago, he was very much into the Pixies, and he's actually the person who introduced me, or you know, told me to get a couple of Pixies albums because he liked them so much. Yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting that, you know, the song itself was based on a very obscure kind of like short film by a surrealist artist. Kind of random, I suppose. The song Debaser, along with many others by the Pixies, were hugely influential to a lot of bands within the underground scene, especially the alternative rock and punk scene, I guess you could say. Now, most notably, and I would be remiss for not mentioning it, Kurt Cobain. He was a massive fan of the Pixies, even to the point where I think in an interview with Rolling Stone, he actually said that, you know, with regard to Smells Like Teen Spirit, he was basically ripping off the Pixies. He was just trying to make like the ultimate pop song by ripping off the Pixies. Not sure if that is 100% true, to be honest, but you know, it definitely showed that he loved the Pixies and he thought they were super cool. And he always kind of like downplayed his success as well and tried to sort of make himself look bad, and you know, was kind of like sabotaging himself the whole way, which is something I can relate to in some respects, I guess. A lot of the music that I like personally is by very damaged people, so yeah, I don't know what that says about me exactly. Like I said, Kurt Cobain was hugely influenced by the Pixies, to the point even with like the approach to dynamics. The Pixies had a very sort of like hallmarked style where they would have quiet verses and loud choruses, and that's definitely something that Kurt Cobain did throughout his whole career. He definitely sort of was inspired by their whole approach, you know, stylistically and dynamically. I'm not saying he ripped them off, of course, even though that's kind of what he said in his own words, but I think he just kind of like emulated their approach and did it in his own way. To some people that I know personally anyway, it seems like, you know, any kind of music, like say the Pixies or even Nirvana for that matter, are almost too jarring to listen to, which is kind of a shame, you know. It seems like they're missing out on so much. I think for some people, just their whole lives, they're just fed this, like, you know, hyper palatable, disposable garbage pop music. And then anything that doesn't fall into those familiar parameters is like almost difficult to listen to. You know, it's like, it's not catchy enough, or it's not like, you know, pretty enough for them or something. I don't know, it's like they sort of want to listen to music and sort of not enjoy it, just have it as like wallpaper kind of thing. Whereas for me, I like to listen to things that sort of sound, you know, interesting, and, you know, things that make me feel something. Yeah, I don't mean to sound like a music snob or anything, I'm just saying, you know, I prefer things that sort of don't sound vapid, predictable and robotic. Of course, I'm not saying by any means that I hate pop music. There is some pop music out there that I do like. The only problem is, to me, a lot of it just sounds, like I said, inane, vapid and robotic, you know. It doesn't sound like the people that are singing it mean what they're saying. It just sounds like they're trying to sell me something, and they're not really thinking about what it is they're actually selling. They're just trying to sell as much of it as possible to as many people as possible, which of course is kind of the case because it's like capitalism and it's a business and they're trying to make money, of course. But I think there should be an element of trying to make something that is creative and, you know, something they enjoy performing. And I don't know, just music should be like, you know, on some level a kind of art form and not just like, you know, like a Pepsi advert kind of thing. Again, that might make me sound like a snob or pretentious or something, but yeah, I can't be bothered with things that just don't sound interesting to me. Simple as that. So anyway, I'm going to get off of my soapbox now and I'm going to let you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's inspired you to pick up the bass and try and learn to play the song. I did have a lot of fun with this one, it was super cool. Recently, because I was having some shielding issues with my bass, I did actually open it up and sort of like re-shield it and everything with like copper tape. I did film myself, I think. I'm not sure if I've deleted it or not by accident. I have a habit of doing that sometimes. But the inside of it is all sort of like coated in like this sort of copper tape to try and keep it shielded from like, you know, interference and stuff like that. Because when I was touching the strings, it was like buzzing and clicking and stuff like that. But I've managed to alleviate that now and it doesn't do it anymore, so I think I did it right. I know a little bit about electronics, but not an awful lot, to be honest. So yeah, I was kind of just finding my way through it. But it seems to have worked, so, you know, I'm pretty chuffed about that. Don't know if I'm going to do a video on that. Like I said, I did shoot footage of it if you guys want to see how I did it in the future, perhaps. But for now, I'll just sort of like insert a little clip or something in the corner. But anyway, if you did enjoy the video, and if you haven't already, please feel free to hit like and subscribe and all those awesome things that you guys always do. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I hope it was truly helpful to you. The reason I do these videos is firstly for my own enjoyment, but then I like to share what I enjoy with people so that they can learn it as well, or just watch it for enjoyment, whatever. I don't mind, do what you want with it. It's out there and it's yours, you know, it's fine. So anyway, hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and yeah, stay safe, be good to everybody that you meet, be cool, be awesome, all that good stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. Peace! Bye! Oh, what was I banging on about at the end there?